There's so much going on right now that I am just grateful that you have clicked on this video. And I hope that what I have to share with you today will be helpful. I wanted to come to you today with a self-care toolkit. We are all so busy. There's so much going on. Now, when I say busy, we don't glorify busy here in the marathon. We do not think that busy is a badge of honor. We do not glorify the hustle mentality. I just mean life. There is so much going on in your life, and I don't want this. This is not another like to-do. We all have enough to-dos to do. Today, what I wanted to come to you with are things that I have been finding helpful in a very stressful time. And these are things that you can do multitaskingly. And they're all self-care things. It's like a little toolkit. And I think the reason why that phrase keeps coming to my mind is because I've been working so hard and just finished the Aromatherapy Apothecary Self-Care Toolkit course put on by Nicola Salter, who very kindly is sponsoring this video. There will be a link down below if you would like to try it yourself. I think it would be a great Christmas present. As I was doing the course, I was thinking there's so many people in my life who could benefit from this. But what I wanted to share with you today are some of the things that I learned in that course, some of the takeaways, and some of the things that I've been doing like simultaneously while I'm doing like work and school and driving Thomas around and parenting and things. I feel like no one has a lot of extra capacity right now or a lot of bandwidth to add things to the day. So these are things that are helping me, and I hope that they help you too. First of all, let's start first thing in the morning. When I take a shower, I just started doing this and I find it so helpful. I start the shower a little bit early. So I get the water running, and then what I do is I take a couple drops of essential oil. I find lavender to be very nice, or I've also been really liking this pink grapefruit that I showed to you recently. It's very like invigorating and refreshing and gets the day going, or sometimes lavender because I'm already stressed out by the time I take a shower. I just put a few drops in the bottom of the shower and then I let it steam before I actually get in. And let me tell you, just a few drops make such a difference. You feel like you are showering at a spa and it's just your regular everyday cleanse. So definitely like leave it in the shower if you need to. It doesn't get like, don't put too much in, just put a few drops. It doesn't get slippery or anything, just enough to have that steam envelop you and take you into your day. Something that I learned in the Aromatherapy Apothecary course that I do in the shower, sounds really weird, I do in the car, I've done in class, I did mid-presentation while I was doing a presentation for a class this week, is what she calls heart focus breathing. So we're gonna do it together. Ready? So it's in for 6, so we're gonna breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a full exhale of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In for 6, out for 6. And Nicola even adds on that it's helpful if while you're doing that, you have a feeling of gratitude. Doesn't have to be for anything specific. We're not adding too much to our to-do. I'm just asking for a nice deep breath of 6 and an exhale of 6. And let me tell you, that I find so helpful. It like regulates my pulse, makes me feel better, and helps me feel that gratitude, which you know I'm a big advocate for. There's a lot of talk of gratitude in Finding Your Cape, my book, and I talk about it a lot on the podcast. But that in for 6, out for 6 is wonderful. And then adding that feeling for the heart-centered breathing, I have found hugely helpful. Another thing that I'm loving that takes no time at all is asking Alexa to play spa music. and let me know if she just started playing spa music while you're watching this video, or asking anyone, I don't want to say it because she'll start doing it, or just having spa music on. I have it on for hours in my house, hours, making dinner, breakfast, studying, just like when I get stressed out, spa music, 10 out of 10 recommend. So that's another thing that I have been loving and doing. Okay, something else in the aromatherapy apothecary course is she goes into great detail about tea. And I've been very mindful about my caffeine lately. Don't get me wrong, she's not giving up coffee, but I am noticing a direct correlation with poor sleep. So I've stopped having any sort of caffeine or Coke Zeros in the afternoon. Sorry, that's just my chair. So I've stopped having any caffeine after 11 a.m., but I even think I need to dial it down just a bit. I'm noticing that it's not helping with my anxiety. And so for teas, through the course, she tells you like which tea helps with what. So I thought I would just tell you some of the ones that really resonated with me. One is hibiscus. It's a super flower tea, no caffeine, and it's really good for blood pressure, and it's good for stress and calming. You can drink it hot or you can drink it cold. And I love that it has, oh my gosh. Oh wow. It's like a little dessert almost. I love that it has the same effects whether it's hot or cold. I have been enjoying ginger, or like a lemon ginger. That's been really wonderful. I made notes because there's so many that really resonated with me. Chamomile and a green tea matcha. Not the like sugar-laden Starbucks one, but a nice tea bag. And there is something about the ritual of making a cup of tea and holding it in your hand and enjoying it that even is calming in that effect. But then the next level is knowing that what the tea is made of is actually helpful and beneficial. So, oh my God. Okay, it's so funny that that alarm just came on because I literally, my next point was alarms on my phone. That was not unstressful. Ma'am. My girlfriends and I are reading a Gabby Bernstein book right now, and one of the things that she has you do every day is program alarms in your phone with mantras correlating to that day's chapter, and I love it. If you didn't know, you can change your alarm from saying alarm to whatever you want. So putting in a few mantras throughout the day to remind you, if you can time them when you know it's going to be something stressful, or if it's just like randomly throughout the day, whether it's I am grateful, or I am loved, or I am enough, or this too shall pass, or you can do anything for 10 minutes. Whatever it is, programming them into your phone is like, I think it's like giving your future self a bit of a hug. And I really love that. Something that Nicola talks about in the aromatherapy apothecary course with the self-care toolkit is how we are all dealing with a wounded child. And I know that's really deep and that's really heavy, but it's so true. And the more you can unpack that and the more you can help with your current anxiety and stress, the more you can help like your younger self be at ease and calm and release that. And those mantras have been really helpful for me. I can't believe my phone rang. I mean, okay, universe, I hear you. I did want to share with you some of the essential oils. I know I've talked about them in a few videos past, but they are worth mentioning. So I have bergamot right here, which I really enjoy. There's so many different properties for so many different essential oils. The pink grapefruit really struck me, as well as ylang ylang. And if it wasn't for this course, I never would have even tried this. I always basically just thought it was like words that I don't know pronounce or what they meant. But it's great for stress, it's great for blood pressure, it's great for calming and for focus. And grapefruit is supposed to be really good for focus too, which let me tell you, is helpful. She also talks a lot in the course about which ones to avoid, which essential oils to avoid depending on what you struggle with. So for me personally, the ones to avoid are rosemary, clove, black pepper, and peppermint, which I thought was really fascinating because I love peppermint, but now I know to use it in certain ways and be very mindful about how I'm using it. Now I like to use a diffuser for my essential oils. I find that to be the most wonderful. Again, it's like something that you put on, and I'm gesturing over here because I have one in my office, and then you like set it and forget it. That's my favorite kind of self-care. Like set it, that's my favorite kind of anything, set it and forget it. So I have one in my room on my bedside table, which I diffuse lavender at night. But what I started to do was I start the diffuser early, so around the time that Thomas goes to bed. So then when I go to my room, it already smells like lavender and it's already like beautiful and like prepared a little Zen den for me. I have one, oh my gosh, in the living room. I have one in the basement. I even have a little diffuser in my car. I find that so wonderful. She also talks in the course about how you can dilute water and then you can have a spray bottle and like mist your face or mist the room. You can put it on a tissue and just like smell it, which is really nice. So there's lots of ways that you can use essential oils, and they're so fascinating to me and so helpful. The senses are so powerful, and that sense of smell is so integral. One last thing I wanted to tell you about is the restoration pose, which I am going to go ahead and do. It's where you lie on your back when you're stressed. It's good for if you're tired. It's good for insomnia, if your blood pressure is high, or I even like to get in this position to meditate. And you can do it on your back with your legs over a chair as I am here. Or if you need to do it in bed, you can do so. Just lay flat on your back with 4 pillows underneath your legs. And she says to do it for at least 10 minutes. It's similar to me to legs up the wall in yoga, but it feels much more like restorative and relaxing. So that's something that you could do in the middle of the night if you have insomnia like me, or if you just like have any moments where you're stressed out. Maybe you're on the phone and you can get in that position. I mean, ideally, I think it's taking like 10 quiet minutes to yourself. And I kind of want to end on that. I know that all of these tips are helpful for like a multitasking mindset, but again, we're not multitasking in like a negative way. We're doing it so we're setting ourselves up like with a diffuser while we're working, or we're doing that breathing, or we're, you know, in the shower anyway, so why not have some spa music going, and why not have a little bit of essential oil. But I would really encourage you to find time for yourself. 10 minutes is not too much. That is not too much to ask your spouse or your kids or your roommates or anyone for time to yourself. You deserve time alone, and you deserve restorative time. And that is not something that I always believed, and that is not something that I always allowed myself to do. And even I struggle with that, but it's okay to give your child an iPad so you can go meditate, or you can do that beautiful restorative pose with, you know, a mist of essential oil. Or to do this course, I would really encourage you to click the link down below for the Aromatherapy Apothecary course. It's so helpful. I already know people that I'm going to gift it to for Christmas, and I already know things that I'll go back to. There's meditations in there. There's like a video one, which is so beautiful. There's ones you can listen to. And in case you find yourself in a moment of stress or panic, or like a panic attack, you know, you can do these things like the heart-focused breathing or the oils, or you can say like, hey, I'm gonna go back to that course and I'm just gonna quickly look and be able to find something. So I would love to know what you do to de-stress. And I don't mean like take an hour yoga class or that sort of thing. While those are all great, I mean more day-to-day things that you can work into your schedule. Thank you for watching. Thank you again to Nicola for sponsoring this video. The link is down below, and I will see you next week. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Take care.